Today I am doing a full day wear test on a new foundation, and I feel like I used to do these all the time and it's been a while. I can't even remember the last time I tested out a foundation and, wore it throughout the day with check-ins, and I'm excited to do that. Tom Ford reformulated one of their most iconic, most beautiful foundation. This is the Shade Illuminate foundation. This is the old packaging, old formula. I absolutely loved it, but they reformulated. I saw it at Nordstrom the other day and I thought, why not? Let's test it out. It is cheaper. This was $95, I think. Yes, it is $95. It has a different name though. It's the Architecture Radiance Hydrating Foundation Broad Spectrum SPF 50. That could be a good thing or a bad thing for some of you guys. And the highlights say here it's hyaluronic acid, vitamin C, best for normal skin. So it's a medium to full coverage, they say. It's supposed to last 24 hours. It's supposed to have this beautiful radiance to it. Lots and lots of different oils and different skincare ingredients. I kind of looked through them, but I think the biggest difference is that it's $95 instead of $150. So this is the new packaging and this is the old one. So you have this glass and you don't have the black packaging on the side. I truly have to say that I loved the black packaging on the side, but this looks very nice, very luxurious. So that's pretty much the first difference that I can see. They both still have, let's zoom in, they both still have the Tom Ford logo right here. I think the biggest difference is the black on the sides. The new packaging also is very similar to their soft matte foundation, which is so beautiful. This one has just the see-through kind of clear glass, and then that one has that frosted kind of matte finish. The biggest difference and the thing that I'm most excited about is the $55 decrease. I think it was needed. Nobody needs to spend $150 on a foundation. It's not worth that much money. And another positive is that they gave us many more shades, which is great. So because of the new shades that they added, I got the shade 10.5N, which is Bisque, which is the 5.5 Bisque of the old formula. So it's a different number, but the same color. And I'm really curious how they're gonna look side by side. Let's start with swatching it. So I'm gonna put the new one right here. So it is quite watery, but I remember the old one being very watery. So this one, as you can see, is the old formula and it's much more runnier than the new formula. These are both in the color Bisque, and let me just kind of feel it. Ooh, I think the old one looks darker. So that's the color Bisque in the old formula, and that's the new formula. Will I look so weird with two different colors? What I can do, I can mix a little bit of my 2.7 in the old formula because this one's a little lighter, so we could maybe make them match, but maybe they'll dry down similar. We'll see. Feeling the foundation side by side, the old formula feels just a little bit runnier and thinner, more watery than the new one. And I have to say that that was one thing that I didn't absolutely love about it. A foundation that's too thin on my skin can break a little bit easier than if it has a little bit of a substance to it, but it's not a huge difference. They both look very glowy. Let's put on the new foundation because I'm so excited. I'm just gonna pump a little bit on my hand and I will use a brush. And I did not do anything to my skin. I have my just skincare on, which was maybe about 30 to 40 minutes ago. So I'm just gonna go straight on. I'm gonna use the new foundation right here. My face and my eyes look so red. I did not sleep great last night. Oh my gosh, that looks so pretty. So my neck and my face are lighter than the rest of my body, as you can see. So I'm just gonna try to blend this in. It also melts into the skin so nicely. And it's thin. It's a very thin. It's not heavy at all. Okay. I hate doing side-by-side comparisons because, to be honest, I want to wear the foundation all over to see if it breaks in the center, just the way it looks on the skin. I want to see the whole vibe of it, okay? Not just one side, but I think it's helpful to have it side by side. Here is half of my makeup done, and this is a very thin layer. I didn't build it up at all. I don't love a full coverage, and I feel like this is a great medium coverage right now. If I were to build it up, I definitely think that I could get fuller coverage, but I don't want that. So in these lights, it looks extra glowy because the light reflects off of my skin, and it is glowy in person as well. It's just not as like almost oily as it looks on camera. I will do different check-ins throughout the day, different lights. So just keep that in mind until I kind of powder the T-zone. But on the skin, it looks very beautiful, very smooth around my pores. I always use some sort of a pore filling primer, and I did not use that today. I just wanted to see how it works, and I think it looks very, very smooth. You definitely have quite a lot of glow. The color, you know, it definitely looks deeper and a little bit more yellow than like this side, but it does match my body kind of. Maybe it's a little bit yellow for my body, but overall I think it's going to be a good color. It'll blend in with the rest of my body. And once we put bronzer and everything, to be honest, I've never found my perfect shade in Tom Ford. I probably could have worked a little bit more at the counter to shade match me, but once I put this one on with the body, it seemed to kind of blend in good enough. So this is the new formula, and it looks really nice, really blurring. Yeah, I think it looks really pretty. Let's put the old formula on the other side. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take a little bit of Bisque and just a dot of the shade 2.7, just so hopefully I can lighten this up just a little bit to match the new formula, because I'll be out and about all day and I would like to not look like I have two different foundations on. So I cleaned this brush and I'm just using the same one, and we'll see how this one goes. Okay, this seems to be less glowy right this second as I apply it. I'm just gonna take it down here. I shouldn't have worn a white shirt because I have to take it down my neck to match my chest and my body and stuff like that. I feel like that's gonna just mess up my my white shirt, which is not great. Here are the foundations side by side, and I actually have quite a lot of thoughts, and I'm surprised. Here is the new foundation. It's quite glowy, as we have talked about that. And this is the old formula. Now, I think the old formula feels heavier on my skin, and I think it looks heavier as well, even though it's thinner in texture, which is something that happens with foundations on my skin. If the formula is a little too thin, it kind of gets into every pore. It almost separates. However, this used to not happen with this foundation on me. So I kind of think it's just because it's old, you know? And because of that, it's just not performing as well as it used to. Whereas the new formula, it almost kind of glided over the pores, smoothed them out. I don't see any pores. It just looks very flawless and glowier, in my opinion. So right now, I prefer the new formula so much more. I think it looks so healthy on the skin. Whereas the old one, I just feel like it's gotten into my pores, and I have some dryness around my nose, and it clung to some of that dryness. And again, this used to not happen. So I just think it's probably a little bit old. I should get rid of those foundations. But yeah, I'm liking the new one much better right now on my skin, which is why I'm gonna remove the old one and wear the new one throughout the day, because I don't think it's a fair comparison to begin with when I'm using expired pretty much makeup to compare to the new one, because they're just not going to perform the same. So just take another close look at the old formula and the new one. Let me remove this side and apply the full face of the new formula. I removed everything and reapplied just the new foundation, and I think it looks really beautiful on the skin. It definitely is quite glowy, maybe a little bit more than I personally like. I like more of a natural finish rather than a glowy foundation. I can appreciate them and can review them, but the glow that you see, it's glowy, but again, I think these lights make it look oily almost, and that is just not the case right now. And obviously once I put concealer, I will powder the T-zone and leave this glow around here, and I think it's going to be very, very beautiful. I like this. I think it looks very, very smooth around the pores. Much better than the old formula, but we discussed that already. I think the coverage is medium, definitely medium to full. I try to kind of shear it out a little bit because I personally love more of a natural kind of coverage. So I still want to see my freckles and stuff, and this definitely has kind of covered everything. Yeah, I think it looks really beautiful on the skin, around the pores. I think I can get a better idea of how this foundation is when I have it all over my face and I can test everything out if it's everywhere rather than half-half. And really the old one just did not perform well. So yeah, that's that. Okay, let me go finish my makeup and I'll show you the finished look. I just finished applying everything, and wow, my skin looks so perfected. I just feel like the whole makeup looks so flawless. It has been a while since I wore a foundation that has this much coverage. Like, you can't see anything through this. And everything else is quite basic that I used. I used my Fara Homidi bronzer, Rare Beauty blush in the shade Happy. It's so pretty. Just a little bit of that. Hourglass, Curator in Futurist. And I did not use that shade. What else? On the lips, I used this Westman Atelier lip suede in the color Reine. It's this beautiful kind of nudie shade. And then I used the m.ph lip liner in Bittersweet. I did have a stain under as well, the soft nude from Huda. Sorry, I just want to put it out there because I know there's going to be questions. So that's what I have on. Mascara is Jones Road mascara with Lisa Eldridge on the lower lashes. Oh, and the concealer I used is the Kulfi concealer with the Huda powder, just because I know this foundation is quite glowy, so I wanted to set my T-zone, but I did not set anything else. So all this, you can see it's still glowy. I did not put any highlighter on. That looks absolutely flawless. I think the skin is just so luxurious, so perfected, so smooth. And I know it looks so scary when you first put the foundation, like, wow, it's so glowy. But once you add your concealer, your powder, you know, it ends up looking absolutely beautiful. So far, I think the foundation is excellent. Dare I say it's better than the old formula. And again, that $55 price decrease is so welcome. But I think this looks smoother. It feels less wet on the skin. It's almost like it's settled down. Definitely that powder under my eyes and in the T-zone has helped quite a lot, but I'm very curious to see how it will stay throughout the day. I have places to go, and yeah, I'm gonna definitely test out this foundation, but right now I think it's absolutely beautiful. A little bit too much coverage for me personally, but I know a lot of people love a medium to full coverage. I think this would be more of a dress up foundation for me, not necessarily an everyday. Every day I use a skin tint or tinted SPF or something like that, but this is much more perfected smoothing foundation. I think it looks so good over the pores, over texture. My nose has quite a lot of dryness, and I think it looks so good there. So I'm very happy with this. I really think I'm just going to declutter the other Tom Ford foundation and just keep this one because it looks pretty much flawless on the skin. Okay, that is everything for now, and I'll see you in just a little bit with a natural check-in. It is 5:30 and I did not do a check-in yet. Shame on me, and it's getting darker outside, so let's do a quick check-in. It has been many hours. I think I put this makeup on at 10 a.m. and this is how we are looking like. I would like to say that it looks pretty perfect. Like, it looks so incredibly good. I looked in the mirror right before and I don't see anything that's changed. I don't feel like it got glowier throughout the day. Like, you have that glow, but it is not bad at all. Forehead looks really good as well. The nose, I did not touch up anything. I did not put any powder on top. I didn't do anything, and I just can't believe how good it looks like. Now, because as I mentioned, I've been wearing more lighter makeup on my skin. Every time I look in the mirror, I'm like, wow, my skin looks so perfect. It's so beautiful. Why don't I wear this all the time? So yeah, I am loving this so much right now. I'm trying to get really close to the window so you guys can see how everything looks like, and I am recording 4K as well. So beautiful. I absolutely love it. So I don't know if I'll do another natural check-in. Maybe I can get a little bit more light in a couple hours, but so far it's incredible. And again, it has been 7+ hours, so that's amazing. Another quick check-in in a different part of the house, different lighting. The sun is like right here, so I'm trying to stay a little bit off, but this is how it looks like zoomed in so you can see hopefully everything, and I think it looks absolutely glorious. Kids are eating dinner, so you'll hear that noise, but yeah, I am loving this. I think it's one of the more beautiful, long-lasting, glowy foundations that I have. Another thing that I wanted to mention is that I don't feel it on my skin. This one sets down, so it doesn't transfer much. There's minimal transfer. I took a paper towel and kind of dotted my face just to see how much it comes off, and it's not much at all. It's much less than the other foundation, the old Tom Ford foundation was soaking up pretty much, so that is amazing. So in my opinion, I think this formula is even better. It's flawless. It lasts so well. Let me see if I come in the light. The sun's kind of setting a little bit, but how pretty is that? I'm loving it. Okay, I'll see you guys tonight. Last checking of the day and my final thoughts on this foundation. I've had this makeup on since 10 o'clock-ish, 9 to 10 o'clock this morning, and it is 9 o'clock at night. So pretty much 12 hours. And it has not budged. It literally looks the same. The only difference is that it may have gotten a little bit glowier right around here, you see? And a little bit on the forehead. Nothing major. Honestly, these lights make it look a little bit worse than it is, but it's nothing bad. I could just take a little bit of a toilet paper and literally tap it, or get a powder and just set it, and I'll be golden. It looks the same. There's no breakage. It did not break apart anywhere. There's no movement with this foundation. This is incredible. It's amazing. I honestly have been surprised. It's not that I didn't expect Tom Ford to have good foundations. I love all of their foundations, but this one specifically, it performed so well. I do think the matte version also performs incredible. So whatever they did with these new formulations, in my opinion, it's better. They up the bar. I think it looks better. It performs better. It's incredibly smoothing on the skin. So I am impressed. Absolutely loving this. One more thing to mention is that I did not touch up anything on my face. I didn't touch up the cheek, my lips, the mascara, nothing. I did not touch my face today, and I did a lot of stuff. So I think this is phenomenal. It is incredible, amazing. I want to say it's worth the $95 if it lasts this way throughout the day. And it was about 84 high today. Today's hopefully the last hot day in Nashville, which 84 is not even that hot. But it wasn't winter or fall outside yet. It was still kind of hot. So I was sweating a little bit. But wow, this performed incredible and it's amazing. I want to say this is their best foundation so far, in my opinion. If you like a radiant finish, obviously if you don't, you're not going to like it. But yeah, it performed incredibly well. And that is it, my friends. Those are all the thoughts that I have on this new foundation. I saw Natasha Denona came out with a new foundation as well. And I ordered 2 different shades. I initially ordered one for in-store pickup and they canceled that. So I was like, okay, never mind. And I'm so confused with the shades in Natasha Denona. So fingers crossed we picked the right shades. I picked 2. We'll see. I'll do a full day wear test on that foundation as well because it has similar claims to the Tom Ford. And that one's $52 instead of $95. And I will keep you guys updated. Make sure you subscribe down below. Leave me all your thoughts and comments in the comments. That did not rhyme very well, but I'll see you in my next video. Bye.